job. So there's that part. And then when you're talking about Diddy, you have all the other stuff that we've been hearing for years. Plus,
beat up till she got up under the, beat up literally till she tried to run up under the car.
wow.
The world of celebrity gossip has always been rife with drama, but the ongoing saga surrounding Asim Diddy Combs and his family stands out as one of the most shocking in recent memory. Once celebrated as a music mogul and cultural icon, Diddy now finds himself at the center of explosive allegations that have tarnished his once untouchable legacy. To make matters worse, his sons, Christian and Justin Combs, have also been pulled into the controversy, facing public scrutiny for all the wrong reasons. It's a story of power, betrayal, and scandal, a tale that seems almost too wild to believe. Yet, as the details continue to unfold, it's clear that this family's empire is rapidly crumbling under the weight of its own secrets.
He had his son bring girls over to the parties, usually underage.
The accusations against Diddy's sons add yet another layer to the mounting controversies surrounding the Combs family. Christian, also known as King Combs, has found himself at the center of a shocking claim made by a stewardess named Grace, who alleges that he exhibited inappropriate behavior during a yacht party in 2022. What was intended to be a serene family outing quickly spiraled into a nightmare. Grace describes how Christian allegedly cornered her in a private room and forced her into a deeply uncomfortable situation. She further characterized his behavior as narcissistic and intolerable, describing him as someone who lacks patience and kindness. Christian has denied these allegations, but the damage to his reputation is undeniable. This case goes beyond a simple he said, she said scenario, revealing a disturbing pattern that seems to reflect the Combs family's alleged treatment of those around them. As more stories emerge, it becomes clear that this family's scandals are far from over, casting a shadow over their legacy.
Yeah, but so there's still, I mean, it's crazy too because there's still more happening in court. Like, I mean, everything is still active even though we're not hearing about it as much anymore. And the people may be fatigued like we talked about prior.
Justin Combs, Diddy's eldest son, hasn't been immune to controversy either. Known for his lavish lifestyle and love for extravagant parties, Justin reportedly has a reputation among Los Angeles luxury property brokers for wreaking havoc at rental homes. Sources claim he's been blacklisted for renting high-end properties after repeatedly violating agreements and hosting wild gatherings that left homes in disarray. One broker even alleged that Justin would promise small, intimate gatherings, only for hundreds of guests to show up, leaving behind destruction and chaos. While these claims may seem less severe than the allegations surrounding his father, they paint a troubling picture of a family that appears to thrive on excess and a blatant disregard for boundaries, further complicating the public's perception of the Combs dynasty.
Wait a minute, say that again. Say that again, back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
the shopping thing is...
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of.
What's truly shocking is how the allegations against Christian and Justin intersect with the much larger and darker accusations against their father Diddy. His legal troubles have escalated to catastrophic levels, with accusations of misconduct and exploitation dominating headlines. Once revered for his power and influence, Diddy's image has been completely shattered. The revelations have sent shockwaves through the entertainment world, leaving even his most loyal supporters struggling to reconcile the man they once admired with the man now described in countless lawsuits and damaging reports. The fallout has been nothing short of devastating.
Sounds like there was probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Yes, this was actually in his Atlanta home, at a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video, so it's, to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped. It doesn't seem like they're active participant in the video.
What's more, the internal dynamics of the Combs family appear to be unraveling under the weight of these scandals. Insiders have hinted at rising tensions within the family, with some suggesting that Christian and Justin are distancing themselves from their father's troubles. Others claim the sons are quietly shifting blame onto Diddy, hoping to shield themselves from the fallout and allow him to bear the full brunt of the accusations. It's a heartbreaking turn of events for a family that once presented...
We are lucky to have Precious Miura here, and she's been at the Diddy parties, and she's about to spill some secrets.
The cracks in the Combs family's foundation have been evident for some time now. Earlier this year, Justin's legal troubles seemed to foreshadow the chaos that would follow. Arrested on suspicion of reckless driving, the incident drew sharp criticism from his mother, Misa Hutton.
His mother, Misa Hutton,
took
to social media in the aftermath of the
remarks
incident.
at Diddy suggesting his influence had negatively impacted their son. The truth shall set you free, she wrote, hinting at deeper unresolved issues within the family. While some dismissed her comments as the frustrations of a concerned parent, others saw them as a glimpse into the dysfunction lurking behind the Combs family's carefully curated public image. Christian, on the other hand, has worked to maintain a more polished persona. Known for following in his father's footsteps as an artist and entertainer, he was long seen as the heir apparent to Diddy's empire. However, the recent allegations against him have cast a shadow over his promising career, leaving many to question whether he'll ever be able to escape the cloud of scandal now hanging over the Combs name. For someone once thought to be the future of the family's legacy, the road ahead looks uncertain at best. Then there's Diddy himself, the man at the center of it all. Once celebrated as a trailblazer in the music industry and a symbol of black excellence, he now faces accusations that could permanently dismantle his empire. These allegations go beyond legal battles. They are moral indictments that challenge the very nature of his rise to power. The stories emerging about his extravagant parties, alleged mistreatment of those in his inner circle, and reported efforts to silence critics paint a troubling picture of a man who may have built his success on the suffering of others. As the scandals unfold, the once glittering image of Diddy's empire continues to crumble, with no clear path forward for the family.
That fact in of itself is a big deal, because when you're talking about going back in time and talking about these allegations from other alleged victims, there's not a lot of police reports, but you guys actually have one. And is that going to be revealed? Are we going to be able to see it?
Yes, as soon as I file my lawsuit in civil court, I will be attaching the
scandals surrounding Diddy have revealed the extent to which his influence once protected him from scrutiny. For years, he was an untouchable, larger-than-life figure who seemed to defy the rules that governed everyone else. His power and success shielded him from the public's harshest judgments, but as more alleged victims come forward, it's becoming evident that even the most powerful figures can be held accountable. The lawsuits and criminal charges against Diddy don't just threaten his personal freedom. They threaten to dismantle the very empire he spent decades building. What's particularly striking is the response, or lack of, from the celebrity community. While some have quietly distanced themselves, others have remained conspicuously silent. The absence of public support from high-profile figures who once counted themselves as Diddy's closest allies speaks volumes about the severity of the allegations. It seems the entertainment world is holding his breath, waiting to see how the legal proceedings unfold before choosing a side.
Keep saying to me, like, how did you keep, why did you keep going? Why were you there? I'm like, it literally is around me. If I don't stay at home, this is the atmosphere I'm in. Like, I have no choice.
As the Combs family faces increasing scrutiny, rumors continue to swirl about what's happening behind the scenes. Some claim that Diddy's relatives are already jockeying for control of his assets, preparing for a potential conviction. Others suggest that Diddy is desperately attempting to broker a deal to avoid the harshest consequences of the charges against him. It's a tangled web of intrigue and betrayal, one that seems destined to unravel further as the legal battles continue to unfold.
He is very, very dominant. Like, he wants to control the situation. He wants to control his inner circle. He wants to make everyone have a good time and enjoy his parties. And so, it is scary, because you think, this person, or possibly his social network or the people he's around, could make or break your...
For now, the future of the Combs empire remains uncertain. The family that once seemed untouchable is now fighting to salvage what's left of its legacy. But with each new lawsuit and allegation, the cracks in their foundation grow wider. The question now isn't just whether Diddy will face justice, but whether the family can survive the fallout of these scandals. As the legal battles unfold, one thing is clear: the world will be watching every step. Just when it seems the story couldn't get any more explosive, another twist always seems to be waiting around the corner.
If you say the wrong thing, or you complain, or I don't know, there's an element where you just, I guess manipulated in a way to make you feel like, oh, you have to please everyone around you. You can't say anything wrong. You don't want to say a bad thing, or when they're constantly asking you, would you like to do drugs? And you're like, well, I don't do drugs. And they're like, well, why don't you do?
What happens when the allegations extend beyond Diddy, implicating other high-profile figures of the entertainment industry? Stay tuned, because the revelations are just beginning. When the walls close in on a powerful figure like Steam Diddy Combs, the ripple effect can be far-reaching. The answer is anyone who has ever been close to him: friends, colleagues, business partners, and even other famous celebrities. The fallout from the allegations has created such a tangled web that it's pulling in some of the biggest names in entertainment. As the story continues to unfold, it's becoming clear that this isn't just about Diddy anymore. It's about an entire network of power, influence, and secrets now being exposed. With each new revelation, the scope of the scandal broadens, suggesting that the fallout may reach even.
I don't know the consequences of what that could have been. So I didn't really talk about it. I should have gone to the police. I should have said something other than to my agent. I'm just thankful that there was somebody there. There was somebody at that party who helped me, because I could have ended up in a really bad situation.
Let's begin with the figures who once stood shoulder to shoulder with Diddy at the height of his career. Names like Jay-Z, Beyonce, and even Will Smith. Though none of these A-listers have been directly accused of any wrongdoing, their past associations with Diddy have sparked widespread speculation. After all, these were the people who attended his infamous parties, collaborated with him on major projects, and in some cases, publicly praised him as a trailblazer. But now, as the allegations against Diddy continue to pile up, many of these same figures have gone silent. This silence feels calculated, speaking volumes about their concern over being tied to the scandal. Are they distancing themselves out of fear that their names could get dragged into the mess, or is it simply
he was using, allegedly, these events to invite them back to these private mansion parties and hotel parties and God knows what else? But he was utilizing the branded events to be able to, get the girls to come over to his private spaces.
Take Jay-Z, for example. Once considered Diddy's equal in terms of influence and wealth, the two were frequently seen together at events and collaborated on ventures that shaped the music industry. However, in the wake of the scandal, Jay-Z has been notably absent from any discussions about Diddy. Some insiders claim that Jay-Z has privately expressed frustration about being linked to the controversy, while others suggest he's quietly cooperating with authorities to protect his own interests. Then there's Beyonce, whose carefully curated image leaves little room for controversy. She has completely stayed out of the conversation, with her team reportedly working overtime to ensure her name doesn't get dragged into the narrative. This silence contrasts sharply with the public support she and Jay-Z have shown for other causes, leaving many to wonder, what do they know and why are they speaking out? The quiet response from these high-profile figures only fuels more questions.
There is so many people involved in this situation that works the machine here. That, Diddy's obviously the head of the whole situation. The king of parties. But there is multiple other people involved that are helping along the situation or, participating.
It's not just Diddy's fellow musicians who are under scrutiny. Rumors are circulating about his connections to Hollywood's elite. Some suggest that actors like Will Smith were regular attendees at Diddy's private gatherings. A former attendee of one of these parties recently alleged that the guest list often included A-list actors, some of whom were said to have participated in the more secretive parts of the night. While these claims remain unverified, they've fueled speculation about the true extent of Diddy's influence. Will Smith, for his part, has stayed silent, but sources close to him have hinted that he's deeply concerned about the potential for his name to be dragged into the scandal. The lack of public comment only adds to the growing sense of unease surrounding Diddy's inner circle.
Fact occur, their argument is more than likely going to be that this activity was consensual, that this person was a willing participant, and not only that, but that these individuals assumed the risk of being present at those parties, engaging and voluntarily engaging in this conduct and being in those spaces, consuming alcohol and things of that nature.
Then there's the broader celebrity community, which seems to be collectively holding its breath. High-profile figures like Rihanna, Drake, and even Justin Bieber have all had past associations with Diddy, whether through collaborations or appearances at his events. Now, many of these stars are scrambling to distance themselves, with some reportedly going as far as scrubbing their social media accounts of any mention of him. It's a striking move, one that underscores just how toxic Diddy's name has become in the industry, but it also raises questions about their complicity. Were they simply unaware of what was happening behind closed doors, or did they turn a blind eye to protect their careers? What's particularly interesting is how the FBI appears to be leveraging this web of connections to build its case against Diddy. Sources have reported that investigators are reaching out to individuals who attended Diddy's parties or work with him, encouraging them to come forward with information. It's a classic divide and conquer strategy, designed to create cracks in Diddy's inner circle and force people to speak out. And it seems to be working. Several former associates have reportedly agreed to cooperate with authorities, providing details that could prove crucial in the case against him. Some speculate that the FBI's ultimate goal is to use Diddy as a stepping stone to uncover a much larger network of misconduct within the entertainment industry. If these rumors prove true, the scope of the scandal could reach far beyond what anyone has imagined.
Means is the money that they're saying Diddy has to start paying this guy on October 1st. Right. Diddy's team is like, hold on, we need an emergency conversation about why this should not have been granted. And they awarded him a TRO, which basically meant that Diddy's team was not allowed to sell any property in that state or anything related to what could be used to pay the plaintiff.
This strategy has put immense pressure on Diddy's family, already grappling with their own scandals. Insiders claim that tensions within the Combs family have reached a boiling point, with relatives turning on each other in a desperate bid to protect themselves. Some have even suggested that Diddy's siblings and extended family members are already fighting over his assets, anticipating that his legal troubles will leave a power vacuum. It's a grim scenario, highlighting how far the family has fallen from the united front they once presented to the world. Let's not forget the lawsuits. While Diddy's criminal charges have dominated the headlines, the civil suits against him, and reportedly against his sons, are equally explosive. These lawsuits paint a picture of a man who allegedly used his wealth and influence to manipulate those around him, leaving a trail of destruction in his wake. But they also raise uncomfortable questions about the broader culture of silence in the entertainment industry. Why did it take so long for these allegations to come to light? How many others were complicit in covering up Diddy's actions? The lawsuits have not only exposed the abusive behavior of one man, but also
allegations that have become shockingly familiar against Diddy in recent months, as he has faced lawsuit after lawsuit from women and men who have accused him of all manner.
The ripple effects of the scandal have also reached the business world, where Diddy's once thriving empire is now in jeopardy. His partnerships with major brands, from fashion to spirits, are reportedly being reevaluated, with some companies quietly cutting ties. It's a stark reminder that even the most powerful figures can fall from grace when public opinion turns. But it also raises an uncomfortable question. How many of these companies were aware of the allegations before they became public and chose to stay silent? Prioritizing profit over ethics and accountability, the public response to the scandal has been deeply polarizing.
Had the choice to file the case as a Jane Doe, and she chose not to do that. After giving it a fair amount of thought, she wants
financial gain. This debate has only complicated the situation, adding layers of uncertainty as the legal battles unfold. However, one thing is clear. The scandal has sparked a reckoning in the entertainment industry, shining a harsh light on the darker side of fame and power. Despite the chaos and controversy, there's a growing sense that the full story has yet to be revealed. Whispers of even more shocking revelations continue to circulate, with some insiders suggesting that the worst is yet to come. Will more high-profile figures be implicated? Will Diddy's inner circle turn on him to save themselves? And what will this mean for the future of the Combs empire?
Clients describe NBC as hell, as the worst conditions.
As the legal battles drag on and more allegations surface, one thing is clear. This story is far from over. The entertainment world is on edge, waiting to see how it all unfolds. For those caught in the ripple effect, the stakes couldn't be higher. The question is no longer just whether Diddy will face justice, but whether the industry itself will finally be forced to confront its role in enabling figures like him to thrive. If there's one thing this scandal has shown, it's that no one, not even the most powerful moguls, is above accountability. So, what do you think? Will the Combs family ever recover from this scandal, or is their legacy forever tarnished? Who do you think will be the next celebrity caught in the crossfire? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on this ongoing saga. Until next time, stay tuned and keep the conversation going.